The Messi and Ronaldo debate has always been a hot topic in football, and they're arguably the best footballers of all time, or the GOATs if you will. But what would happen if you reset their careers to the very beginning? Who would become the GOAT in an alternate universe? I've gone back in time to grab Messi and Ronaldo's actual FM stats from when they were 16 and 18 years old respectively. I've put Messi at Barcelona and Ronaldo at Sporting at the start of the 2023-24 season. So let's simulate a year into the future and see what these two promising wingers can do. A year's gone by and Messi hasn't actually played a single game for Barcelona yet. He's moved on loan to Burgos in the Spanish second tier in search of playing time. There, he's played 10 games the last 6 months of the season, but not produced a single goal contribution. I guess we're gonna have to be patient with Messi these first few years. After all, he is still only 16 years old, turning 17. He has been transfer listed though, for 13 million, but I guess no one's gonna want to pick up a 16-year-old who can't really make a mark in the Spanish second tier. But then again, if the AI just knew what they were passing up on, man. Ronaldo, on the other hand, has played quite a lot for Sporting, both for the B team and the first team. He's played 19 games for the first team and actually scored 2 goals. I've also noticed that he's been given the number 7 shirt already. Talk about making a mark. Another thing is that Messi still has the media description of promising winger, while Ronaldo has simply just winger. But let's go 2 years further into the future now and see who's made the most progress. 3 years into Messi and Ronaldo's careers now, and there's been a major move for one of them. Ronaldo's moved to Newcastle for 56 million, moving up to 77. He's been playing a lot for Sporting these past 2 seasons, having played 54 games and getting 22 goals in the process, and an average rating of 7.17 over the 2 seasons. So as he somehow didn't get a new contract at Sporting, he deserved a move away. And is definitely earning a lot more now, after making the jump from 3k a week at Sporting to 240k a week at Newcastle. As for Messi, he's still at Barcelona, and I'm quite surprised that he is, to be honest. Over the last 2 years, he's only played 14 games in the league for them, with 13 of those coming on off the bench. He has scored 4 goals in those games though, and with an average rating of 7.11, you'd think he'd be deserving of more playing time. But then again, he is up against Lamine Yamal in his position, so it might be time for Messi to make a move away from Barcelona. They have won the Champions League though, but Messi didn't really play a big part in the success, as he was an unused sub in the final, and only made 9 appearances off the bench in the whole competition. Let's move 3 years into the future now and see whether Ronaldo is a success at Newcastle and if Messi can make a mark at Barca. As we're now 6 years into the careers of Messi and Ronaldo, they've both developed into elite wingers. Messi is now playing regularly for Barcelona and has been doing so for 2 years now, as he's been starting on the right wing with Lamine Yamal on the left. Just imagine if we could see that in real life. Messi and Yamal in their prime on opposite flanks would genuinely be a cheat code. Despite earning 375k a week, Messi is unhappy at Barca, as they failed to challenge for the Champions League. So maybe Messi could be on the move in the near future. But I do doubt it, as his release clause is at £500 million. There may be something wrong with Barca's performances, but there certainly isn't anything wrong with Messi's. The 6th season of the simulation, Messi's played 49 games in all competitions, scored 31 goals and got 7 assists. And out of the 49 games, he's got player of the match in 16 of them, with an average rating of 7.93. As for Ronaldo though, he's been named Newcastle captain after 3 years at the club. And he's been given a new contract till 2032, with an outrageous salary of 450k a week. To be fair though, he has been playing well these past 3 years, with an average rating of 7.43 and picking up 73 goals and assists in 149 games for the Magpies. And all of that is from the left wing position, by the way. Messi has definitely caught up with Ronaldo in terms of performances, but it's still advantage Ronaldo in terms of silverware. Messi's got a Champions League win and a Spanish Cup win, whereas Ronaldo has a Portuguese League Cup and Portuguese Cup win, a Nations League win with Portugal, and an FA Cup and Carabao Cup win with Newcastle. Let's go in increments of 5 years now and see what happens next.
Okay, we'll see what happens next, okay?
After 11 years of Messi and Ronaldo's careers gone, Ronaldo is still at Newcastle as the captain. He's now been at the club for 8 years and has won all there is to win in England. In the last 5 years, Newcastle has won a Premier League in 4 of them. And in the 2032-33 season, they went one step further and won a domestic quadruple by winning the Carabao Cup, the Premier League, the FA Cup and finally the Community Shield. They have failed in winning the Champions League though, as they lost on penalties in the final against Real Madrid in the 2031-32 season. As for Ronaldo's individual performances, he's been playing consistently well, with an average rating of 7.58 and getting 143 goal contributions in the span of 5 years. All of this, however, hasn't been enough to claim any real individual trophies or awards. Messi is still at Barcelona and is also performing very well, and arguably even better than CR7. In the last 5 years, he's got 163 goals and assists with an average rating of 7.8. As for trophies won, Messi and Barcelona have really stepped it up in the last 5 years. In the 2029-2030 season, they won the Spanish Cup, the La Liga and the Champions League to complete their first treble since 2015. The following season, Messi and Barcelona retained the Spanish Cup and the La Liga, but failed to retain the Champions League. But Messi did get 3rd place in the Ballon d'Or. He then won the Copa America with Argentina in 2032, before winning the Club World Cup the following season, and then the Spanish Cup once again in the last of the 5 years we've now simulated. But let's do another 5 years into the future, and see whether Messi and Ronaldo stay at their clubs or if they finally make a move. We're now in 2039, and Ronaldo's made a huge move away from Newcastle after 13 years at the club. As his contract with the Magpies expired, he decided to move to Real Madrid on a free. And he's now going to the club at which he had the definite most success in his actual career. Another cool thing I've just seen is that he's got a number 9 as well, the exact number he got when he went there in real life as well. Over the last 5 years with Newcastle though, Ronaldo has once again been a very good and consistent performer. He's got an average rating of 7.79 while scoring 123 goals and providing 65 assists. Over the course of his entire career at Newcastle, he played a whopping 409 games and scored 185 goals. And as for trophies won in the last 5 seasons, Ronaldo and Newcastle have made some serious progress. They've won the Champions League 3 years in a row, with one of those years also being a quadruple winning season, as they won the Carabao Cup, the Premier League, the FA Cup and finally the Champions League. They've also managed to win the Carabao Cup in every single season since we last checked in, as well as securing the Premier League in 2 of the 5 years. Messi though is still staying loyal to Barcelona, just as he did for so many years in real life. He too has been performing brilliantly the last 5 years, as he's got an average rating of 7.91, while scoring 138 goals and providing 60 assists. Messi's collection of team trophies over the last 5 years isn't as impressive as Ronaldo's though. He and Barcelona has won the Spanish Cup 3 times, the La Liga twice and the Spanish Super Cup twice, with the highlight season being the 2037-38 season, where they won the domestic treble. Messi also won the Copa America with Argentina, but failed to win the World Cup in 2038. Now we're gonna move on to the day that these two legends retire. And eventually we'll count up the trophies and see who had a better career this time around. The year is now 2042 and Cristiano Ronaldo has officially retired at 37 years old, after his contract at Al Hilal expired. He moved to the Saudi club 2 years ago, as Real Madrid sold him for 23 million after just 1 year at the Spanish club. He has become a manager though, so we'll see if he gets to that, as Messi is still going strong. But not at Barcelona anymore, as he's also been picked up by a Saudi club. He's been picked up by Al Ahly and has been put on a wage of 1.7 million a week. I suspect that he too will retire in a year or two, but we'll see. It's now 2044 and Lionel Messi has now also retired. Weirdly at the exact same age as Ronaldo did. But let's count up the trophies, as well as how many games and goals they've managed through their long careers. Ronaldo has accumulated a total of 25 team trophies throughout his career. Portuguese League Cup once, Portuguese Cup once, Community Shield once, Carabao Cup 6 times, FA Cup 4 times, Premier League 6 times, Champions League 3 times, La Liga once, and Nations League twice. Messi on the other hand has won 24 team trophies. Spanish Super Cup 4 times, Spanish Cup 8 times, La Liga 5 times, Champions League 3 times, Club World Cup once, Asian Champions League once, and Copa America twice. So just like in real life, they've had very similar careers in terms of trophies, but with Ronaldo taking the edge this time. In terms of games and goals, Ronaldo played a total of 752 games in his career and scored 343 goals, while Messi played a total of 702 games and scored 418 goals. These numbers are including international games, by the way. So in terms of goals to games ratio, Messi has a big lead, but you do have to keep in mind that Messi played through the middle for a few years while at Barcelona, and that Ronaldo played as a left winger for basically his entire career. I would say that, just like in real life, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have had extremely similar careers when we look at the numbers. But who do you think had a best career in this simulation?